Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So for a while now I've been wanting to make one of these videos as a tutorial, you can say, and also get this as an opportunity to introduce myself to my viewers who have been appreciating and supporting me on this channel. So thank you for that. So as most of you have seen, all the videos in my channel are based using toy train sets from Fenfa, which is a Chinese company, and these sets are then sold, rebranded with different names worldwide, and you can easily find them on stores like Amazon and eBay, and of course you can also look around in physical stores for them. So the hallmark for Fenfa is, these sets are very realistic in detail and are quite extensible, and in terms of the elements that are there's a wide variety of different elements that can be put together to create different layouts and setups. And this of course comes at a fraction of a cost compared to the more elaborate and finer detailed and automation controlled DCC hobby sets. So you can think of these as portable sets, because once you are done with them, it's very easy to unpack them and put them in a box and move around when you need some space, not very permanent. And with that flexibility, you can imagine and come up with hundreds of different layouts and have a lot of fun. Even use these as an educational aid to teach kids about railroads, and while doing that, have a bit of fun yourself. So with that, let's come to the first part of this tutorial series. And in this, I'll be explaining about the various track elements that are available in the Fenfa Train Set kits. So thanks again for supporting me, and enjoy the next set of series. Hello everyone, welcome back. So let's get started with the first tutorial of the series, and in this we will look at the various track elements that are available in the Fenfa Train Sets. So to start with, as you can see, I have laid out all the 6 different types of individual track elements that are available. First off, of course, is the straight section of track, and this is basically if you need to create a long portion of the track, this is what you'll use. Next up, we have the curve section of the track. This is a full curve, and after that, the third element is the half curve section of the track, which is occasionally often combined with the full curve to give you a more bigger elongated turning radius when you have longer trains to run in your track. So you have a full curve and you have a half curve section, and 2 half curve sections put together are equal to the length of the full curve section. And these are the next 2 interesting elements. So this is actually a point or a switch section with a turnout that you can see, and this one is a straight section of track, and it is combined with a right arm turnout, so it's a right-handed turnout. And the entry point of the switch is the mainline section, and from there it goes to the right arm branch, and the other section moves to the straight section of the track. So if I can close in, the point mechanism is controlled by a sliding physical lever. So what you got to do is, right now the lever is set such that any train coming in from this section of the track will be aligned to the outgoing section of the track and move out. Similarly, any train coming from this section of the track will not proceed straight, but because of this alignment here, this particular point, it will be guided onto this section of the rail and then move in this direction. So now if you want to change the direction so that an incoming train from this section moves in the straight path, or any incoming train from this section moves in the straight path, you got to push this lever to the other side, and when you do that, you will see that the switch point sliding rail, the one here and the one here, have moved, and this one has aligned to this section of the track, and this one has given way for the wheel to pass through. So any train coming in will move on to this section, and any train coming in from here will move on to this section. And this is basically sort of a welded joint. I think there's a technical name for it, but I don't recall it right now. Maybe if some of you know it, please put that in the comments. So, and this section here and here is a guardrail. So what happens is, when you have the wheels coming on to this portion and heading straight, this guy prevents the wheel from here flying off the track due to some amount of gap or misalignment happening in this section. Similarly, if you have a train coming in this direction or this direction, this guardrail here does the same job, and then this secondary portion of the guardrail here and here also have the same function. So this is a basic example of a right arm turnout with a switch point, and corresponding to that, the kit comes with a left-handed turnout, which is exact opposite of the right arm turnout. So you can see in this one, the turnout arm is on the left hand side, and the mode of operation and principle of operation is exactly the same. You have got the same physical sliding lever to adjust the switch points. So these are the two distinguishing elements that I can say, which are part of Fenfa kits, which are not available in many other toy train sets or some of the cheaper ones out there. And with these, you get the flexibility of creating really complicated layouts, as I'll show you in some of my videos, and have a fair bit of fun, and get the elements of the basic workings of a railroad station and a wayside station, and you can show yard sections and stuff like that by creating different track sections and joining them together with this switch point turnouts. So that completes these two elements. We have covered the straight section, the curves, and the switch points with turnouts. The last one is a interesting piece. This is what is called as a diamond cut. This is actually diagonal, or it's square. It's a square joint, and what it is used for is you can have merging traffic. So you can have traffic from all four directions coming in, from the top, from the bottom, from left and from right. And this section is built in such a way that it allows there's no physical or sliding part in it, but it's molded in such a way and it's designed in such a way that it easily allows the wheels from any direction to pass through. So you can go from top to bottom, or bottom to top, or west to east and east to west, left to right, right to left quite easily. And this is usually used when you have to create figures of track like the letter 8 or the number 8 in terms of two ovals merging together. So you can use them, or if you have a crisscross pattern where you have tracks from one direction coming in and you don't want to lay over a bridge on top of the other track, but you can use this piece to join the tracks together. So that is the use of this piece. Another interesting tip or useful information that I can share about this is, sometimes when using turnouts and track sections, you get, because of the design and lengths of these sections, you get a bit of gap space in between tracks, which Fenfa doesn't actually supply, shorter length straight section of tracks. So either you will have to cut the tracks from a single piece to get the piece of a desired smaller section done, or these diamond cuts or square cuts come in quite handy at times to fill in those gaps when creating layouts. So you can use these if they fit that size, or if otherwise, then you've got to take another track and cut it up. I'll make probably another video on modding tracks and show you some of the custom track pieces I've made for my other layouts, and you got to do that and create a track section that fits into the gap space that you have created in your layout. So I'll show that as an example in my other video as well. So that's all, folks. So that covers all the track pieces that are there in the Fenfa kit. In the next section, we'll look at a little bit more detail in terms of the operation of points, switches, and how exactly the wheels pass through them. So hope this was fun. Thanks.